Listen!
Hey YouTube, hope you're gonna enjoy my latest video today. Today I just wanted to do a little sort of from the heart video talking about my absolute uncontrollable hype for Metroid Dread. Like, I will be honest, I haven't felt this emotionally invested in a video game. This sense of feeling like I watched the trailer, it's like I need this game in a very, very long time. I am a massive Metroid fan. The series means so much to me. Way more than I could say in this video, but I'll try to consolidate. I got into Metroid with the Prime Trilogy, but because I'm going to be talking mainly about the mainline series Metroid, I've been in love with the Metroid series. Really what solidified my love was the game Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo, which is just one of the most incredible masterpieces ever made. Like, there are so many games, including so many of my favorite games, that I absolutely adore, yet I'll acknowledge many of them have several flaws. Super Metroid is as darn close to any video game that is legitimately, like, perfect, like, flawless. It is just a timeless classic, just a beautiful work of art consolidated into a video game. And I was so proud of myself when I finally beat this game, my freshman year of high school, staying up into the wee hours of the morning, finally taking out Mother Brain, doing it all on my own, because it was... See, Metroids were games that some people often told me when I was younger they were too hard for me to beat, and yet the same people who told me that could never even beat Metroid Prime. So when I not only beat Metroid Prime, but eventually was able to beat Super Metroid, I was just so proud of myself for being able to do that. And just the outstanding gameplay, just the atmosphere, the lived-in, like of the game, the atmosphere of the game, just the tone of the game. Like, no other franchise does atmosphere like Metroid does. There's so many games in the Metroidvania genre, like so many sort of, I don't want to say copycats, but games inspired by Metroid, but none of them are Metroid. And that's what makes Metroid Dread so special. The fact that it exists. The fact that there is a grand spanking new Metroid game, not a remake, not a side game, a grand spanking new Metroid game coming out on a Nintendo home console. A new story. A new numbered sequel in the Metroid series. This isn't just any Metroid game. This is Metroid 5, okay? This is the sequel to the games like Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, you know, beloved games, some of the most beloved games of their generations, respectively. Alright, this is a sequel to a game franchise that just has such a monumental legacy among its core fan base. It's the fact that we're actually getting this game. Nobody ever thought that we'd get a new 2D, grand-spanking 2D Metroid game, let alone a game that was cancelled, quote-unquote, back in 2000, the late 2000s, and yet was literally resurrected. I think the fact that we're getting this game is nothing short of a miracle. Maybe it's one of those Nintendo Switch Christmas miracles that just seems to have some magic about it that makes so many franchises just shoot up in sales. We saw this with Animal Crossing, we saw this with Fire Emblem. I really hope and pray that it's Metroid's turn. And you know what? I think it will be. Look, I don't think this game is gonna like sell as much as like the Zeldas or the Mario games, but I think this is gonna be the best-selling Metroid game ever made, by quite a wide margin. I don't know how much yet, but I have my projections. And I hope I'm right. I do, because I want Metroid to stay. I want to get more Metroid games, you know? I remember, you know, back in the GameCube era, the Game Boy Advance era, we were getting Metroid games all over the place, and they were all so stinking good. And it seemed at the time like Metroid was relatively popular, and so it was kind of surprising when I learned that, you know, Metroid games weren't really selling that well compared to like Zelda games or Mario games or Pokemon or anything like that. And so, look, we always know we're going to get another Zelda game, another Mario game. And of course, you know, I love those franchises too, but like, we don't never know that we're gonna get another Metroid game. And as shallow as it sounds, I feel like that's one of the reasons why I'm so invested into this new game. Look, I admittedly have so much nostalgia for the Metroid saga, for the Metroid games. Like, in preparation to make this video, as well as to hype myself up after being tired from watching the same Metroid Dread trailer ad nauseum at this point. Awesome trailer, by the way, but also admittedly probably did spoil way too much of the game. You know, Arlo, one of my favorite YouTubers, definitely has some good opinions about that. But just listening to the music, it legitimately made me very nearly cry. Like, I'm trying to hold back tears now. Like, it's legitimately emotional for me to be getting this game. It's like, again, I can't think of the last time I just was so hyped for a game that I just was like, yes, I need this game. And like, even if Metroid Dread doesn't live up to half the hype that me and so many others are giving it, look, I know at the very least it's going to be a good game. Look, there's never been a bad... Okay, there was other M, but that doesn't count. Apart from that, there's never been a bad Metroid game. And, frankly, is the hype so much for the game itself, or so much for the fact that it actually exists? I think both of those are true to some extent. I think it looks like a really great game, personally. But look, again, for those of us that have such a strong attachment to this franchise, to the character of Samus Aran, who's gone on with Samus on so many adventures, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You know, like, you know, there's so many franchises, you know, we're always going to get, like, a new Zelda, new Mario games, you know, I love those games, you know, there'll always be, like, new Assassin's Creed games, new Halo games, new, you know, all that stuff, new Pokemon games, new, God forbid, EA Star Wars Battlefront games, but we almost never get a Metroid game. This really does feel like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And so yes, look, part of the hype for this game is to enjoy the lead-up to the release as much as the game itself. And I'm very, very much crossing my fingers that Metroid Dread breaks the mold and, you know, gives Metroid the boost it needs. You know, maybe, hopefully it'll be the Fire Emblem Awakening for Metroid. You know, hopefully it'll be, you know, something truly, truly special. And I think it very well could be. And if nothing else, it's just so good that Samus is finally going to come back. And I, for one, am going to enjoy and savor every minute of this latest and hopefully greatest adventure with the greatest bounty hunter of all time, Samus Aran. If you've never played a Metroid game, do yourself a favor and play Super Metroid right now. If you have to do it through Nintendo Switch Online, if you want to buy it for the Wii U, Virtual Console, or 3DS, I think it's on that too, or you want to get the OG Super Nintendo version, play this game, and, you know, get hyped for Metroid Dread, and please, please, buy Metroid Dread, play Metroid Dread. We need all the Metroid fans we can get. I beseech you, do play Metroid Dread when it comes out. I know I will. And again, Samus, I can't wait to go on another adventure with you this October. Thanks for watching my latest video. And remember, see you next mission. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Overzealous fanboy.
Well, thank you very much.